Hello, hello! This is Chaff Commander Coffee, back with another episode of Dominions4 Thrones of Ascension. We are continuing our campaign, closing in on victory as Sol, God of Saltnoham, in our RandomNationGen Let's Play. So, on with the turn. It's early summer in the 7th year of the Ascension Wars. Now, based on last episode's estimates, we may be able to finish the campaign by mid-year 8, but we'll see how accurate that estimation is as we progress. So let's just go over the messages. Our research in blood magic is complete, bringing us to blood magic level 7, so we can start summoning some quite powerful creatures from the blood magic tree. We have advanced crossbreeding, which unfortunately I don't think we have any particularly strong blood nature mages, but that is an option to us if we wanted to empower one of our nature mages with blood magic. More importantly, we have Father Ill-Earth, which again we may need to boost up some of our wizards to be able to summon Father Ill-Earth, but if we're able to, he is a very strong creature to have amidst our ranks. As well as bind Archdevils, which I believe we can bind our first Archdevil this turn. So we will be getting an Archdevil hopefully, maybe a few. We might decide to get a few of them. We are going to continue our research in blood magic. Hopefully we can finish our blood magic research, maybe even get one of the Heliophagi into our army before we advance into the sea. It's quite possible. Otherwise, we still have Life for a Life, which is an incredibly good spell, and Rush of Strength. So, pretty good. As you can see, by sacrificing a blood slave, all friendly units receive increased physical strength for the duration of the battle. That could be a very, very strong battlefield-changing spell for our wizards to cast. It will make all of our goblins I believe a fair bit stronger than their human counterparts. So, and obviously with goblins, what you have is numbers. And if our numbers are superior than theirs, and their combat stats, it should be a walk in the park. So, the rest of our messages, we have a lot of summoning going on to try to refill our ranks for this final push. Still searching for magic sites, of course. No new magic sites in Silver Swamps. None in Botane. No magic sites in Nuptia. We did find a magic site in Green Waters. We found the Kelp Fortress, which is actually a fortress. So, Green Waters has already been secured for us because we found a fortress there, which is great, absolutely great. Unfortunately, we're only able to recruit Ictiids, which is not really that impressive, but that will help secure the province from attacks in future, so very good. No new magic sites found in Swinland, and no new sites in Belmar, which is unfortunate. Our blood hunters have captured some blood slaves. Syria doesn't have that much unrest, so that's fine. Duvan, unrest is building quite heavily, so we're going to go back to research. I may retask those wizards in a bit, but we'll see. Brightgate, no real unrest, so we'll continue there. And in Mexico, unrest has shot up dramatically, so we'll have our wizards go back to research. Right, there are a few battles, but we'll come back to those. So we have some unexpected events. Unexpected event in Epernia, that's the province enchantment we cast for water gems, already paying off. It's very nice, especially since we need those for the goblets of the Sea King. Unexpected event in Nuptia. Those are pearls that were his eyes. In the eye sockets of some drowned sailors, astral pearls were found. Won't turn down some astral pearls. And an unexpected event has occurred in Blue Waters. 5 fire gems. Not bad, not bad. 2 worldwide events. A worldwide event has occurred. The silver sarcophagus has been found and opened. From its maw, unwholesome energies have emanated, affecting all, with death and decay. Worldwide death +2, which is awful. It will affect our income quite heavily. Thankfully, we have enough growth to mitigate that for the most part. So, not too bad, but still something to keep in mind. And units have been affected by disease. Now, hopefully, that didn't hit too many of our mages and our commanders with disease. It's quite possible it did, which is pretty bad timing for this to happen, but we'll deal with it. And another worldwide event, the Lord of Napskibos. That enchantment is still active. Yeah, all right, that's fine. One of our scouts was discovered and killed, unsurprisingly. Another one of our scouts was discovered and killed, unsurprisingly. We found a dryad in the forest of Gila and dispatched of her. And another one of our scouts was discovered. So we lost 3 scouts this turn, which is not too bad. We killed a bunch of filthy brigands, and our troops in the forest of Gila are starving. We'll have to sort that out in a moment. Probably the most important event of this turn, aside from the battles, is Oskartu, the god of Limor, has been permanently vanquished. At the end, his dominion did not touch a single province, and his life force died with his dominion. So, Oskartu and Limor have been removed from the game. Another god falls, but one still has to rise. Now, there was a battle in Nashen, and this is quite an interesting one because I believe it was... Well, we'll take a look at that in a second. Yeah, it's Napskibos is attacking Lunawati. And, yeah, Napskibos, a lot of centaurs. I don't think they'll have a single problem fighting the Lunawatians. However, this is very advantageous for us because if Napskibos... I'll wait for the battle to finish. It won't. As you can see, it won't take very long. Because Napskibos is attacking Lunawatia, it means that they will be... well, their attention will be drawn away from us. So we should be able to take Lake Fortune without too much resistance from Lunawatia. They don't own the province, but they are a very aquatic-based nation. So they could offer up some... they could offer up contestment for the province. But they can't do that whilst all their land is being conquered. So that is quite advantageous for us. One of our commanders moved into Deep Sea. There wasn't many neutrals here, so I thought I might as well just move his units in to just see if we can capture the province from the independents. Give ourselves a foothold in the ocean. Now, goblins aren't the best underwater fighters, but they shouldn't have any problems fighting tritons, I hope. Although the coral-tipped spears are giving us a few issues. Let's speed this up. Come on, goblins. Here we go. Yes! And we routed them. Right, so we did secure ourselves another province. And that will help us as we surround Lake Fortune and push towards Underhome. And there was a battle in Oak Beach. I may have forgotten to pick up some of the units that routed. So, yes, Modi is... Oh, there was only a few blood slaves and some heavy cavalry, so nothing particularly important there. Right, so, things we need to sort out this turn. The province of Gila, the men are starving. That's something we want to avoid, if at all possible. So, can we give this commander anything important to help with that? It doesn't look like we have any supply items available to us. So what we'll do is we're going to split the army up a bit, right? So these demons need to go to Boagrius the Sleeper. He has his Seeking Goblet. So we're going to take Boagrius's army and Fumu and Boma and move into Moonsea. And now, as we can see, oh, Lunawatia has a huge force. Hopefully they're not too intent on moving into the underwater. But we'll move up our death mages as well. So we have our horde of skeleton casters. I have these set to hold and attack closest. It doesn't really matter that the demons are bunched together because that's all they're going to do really. I don't think these mages can move into the water. No, they can't. So they're going to need... Right, one of them can take this Amulet of Ruby Sapphire, and the other one can take... well, I suppose he can take a Sea King Goblet. No, he's not really leading any units. You give him a Robe of the Sea. He's not a water mage, but we do need to get him into the water, so we'll move this force into the Moonsea quickly. We need to capture Lake Fortune and try and fortify it with as many men as we can, as soon as we can. Alright, Celius here managed to capture Deep Sea, so we'll quickly put some garrison there. Not very much, just enough to start bringing the unrest down from our turmoil. I believe I will let him stay there, but I could move him into Alluvia. How many? 49 goblins. I think he should have no problems. We'll move him into Alluvia and see how he does. He can always retreat if things go badly, so it's not a problem. Right. Our scout has reached Underhome, and there is a huge number of sea trolls. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe, and a huge kraken as well. I think that means this could be the Throne of Life. Which means it is a level 2 throne. And if it is, then we could quickly capture it. And then Ascension would be... well, it would be confirmed. We would ascend Solve and conquer Valanus. So, right. With that information, we'll have our scout stay there. We'll keep going through our other mages. I don't think this mage can... he can't cast Haruspex anymore, so we'll have him just research. Argias here can pick up some of these reinforcements. He's just going to cart them around, so it's not very important that I script them right now. Deathlight created another staff for this mage here, and he can go back to creating revenants. They'll be useful for, well, spamming skeletons, basically. And Uftrak here can... I think I'll have him set to forge skull staves. Now this will eat into our death gems quite a lot, but we are making 17 a month. So we need to try build up our aquatic forces, and the undead make a very good addition to that. Now undead mages can cast Horde of Skeletons, as we saw previously, and yeah, it's quite effective at giving you a free chaff line. So not bad. So we'll have them do their jobs there. Now Ridwani just empowered himself to Blood Magic 5. Now I was going to have him cast Ritual of the 5 Gates, but we don't want him to do that now. Instead, we want him to cast a ritual spell to summon an Arc Devil, which costs 99 Blood Slaves. However, it won't cost us 99. Oh, it did cost us 99 Blood Slaves. Ah, the pentagram boosts ritual range. It doesn't give us a cost reduction on it. Yeah. Well, that's fine. So we'll have him with our huge surplus of Blood Slaves bind an Arc Devil. It's going to be very good. It's going to be perfect. It's just what we need. We'll pick up our reinforcements here with V. He can't quite hold all of them, so we'll give him a Scepter of Authority that we have lying around. In fact, we'll also give him a Sea King Goblet, because why not? And in fact, on that note, I did remember we were running out of supplies, so we're going to have Mbiu here. He's going to forge some more bags of endless wine. I'll just have him do that on repeat for the time being. And Bakari here, he's stopped, whatchamacallit, he's stopped Haruspexing, so I'll have him forge bags of endless wine as well. We need a lot of supplies to move our army into the sea. So we'll take the rest of these goblins, mix them into the force. We'll worry about sorting our units out. Put that Ring of Strength away, you don't need that. we'll give him a bag of endless wine to just help supply the army, and move him into Saltnaham. Right, our other mages, we have our succubus here. I'm still not quite sure what I want to do with her. Oh, did we leave a few heavy cavalry? We left one heavy cavalry behind. Right, never mind. We'll just mix up these units quickly. Won't take me any time at all. Perhaps give this to... Lift raise? Why can lift raise? Oh, because he's because our goblin chieftain can lead at least 10 demons. Huh. Alright, well, Lithraeus can have an extra imp that can guard him, I suppose. Nothing else for him to do, really. These goblins can be mixed with that group, and so can those cavemen. And we will move them to... Can they all move to Golem range? They all can move to Golem range. And this army here needs to move to Golem range as well. We need to consolidate in Golem range. What I'm probably going to do is leave a few commanders behind to protect Ferren Mountains, which holds one of our thrones, Throne of the First Age, which is an incredibly, I believe it might even be a level 3 throne. No, it's a level 2 throne, but still, it's a very powerful throne and we definitely want to keep it. So, we'll leave a few commanders behind to protect Golem range and the Ferren Mountains. The rest of these provinces, not particularly concerned with. I am just going to buff their... Oh, this actually has no population. Oh, because of the death scales from the Lilian Vale. There's probably some more death sites there, but we'll not worry about that. In fact, we won't even bother increasing the province defense, because I believe the Medians will literally just walk through these lands without too many issues. So, all we want to do is slow them down. As long as they can't capture the Ferren Mountains in time, we should have no problems in securing Ascension. So I'll have this succubus... I think I'll have her fly over to Oak Beach. She might be able to capture a few commanders in Oak Beach. Maybe. We'll see. Tok here is going to move into Green Waters to build temples, because the other mages that are now here are going to be using our water gems to summon more reinforcements. So we'll quickly grab all these mages. Ogorol and Simois, they can be set to patrol, and the rest can be set to contact. Let's see. Now, this mage is not powerful enough to call Children of Tiamat, so we could get some Sea Trolls and a Sea King, but... That's quite water. It costs a lot of water gems to do that. So I think we might get a Reef Giant instead. Or maybe a Bishop Fish. I can't remember if they're level 3... I think they're only level 2 priests, which is not particularly amazing. Claymen are a bit expensive for their cost. So we will summon some Reef Giants if we can't summon Children of Tiamat. Reef Giants will effectively be like unarmed colossi, I suppose. They're a bit bigger than that, but they don't have any armor or gear, so... but they can give us a bit more bulk to the front line. They definitely will act as a bit more bulk. And I don't think... Now, Sea Trolls aren't bad, but the Reef Giants are basically just bigger Sea Trolls, so not bad. We'll get some Children of Tiamat where possible, and more Reef Giants. Right, that's them all working. Titus here, he can just remain as a scout, just to keep an eye on them. We have all of our magi here that were summoning devils and such. Now, we don't want them to move into the sea, I don't think. No, we don't want them to move into the sea, not just yet. What we will have them do is cast some more spells. So we want them to cast mostly blood spells if possible. We'll have them bind devils, bind demon knights, bind demon knights, bind demon knight, bind demon knight. There we go. So that's all them given commands. And we have no other commanders that need orders, so this will be quite a quick turn if I can manage that. Let's see, we're recruiting more heavy cavalry here. Perseus actually has quite a large number of units. This can lead only 50 if they're riding horses, right? So we'll give Perseus, we'll cut down his heavy cavalry to 50. That way we have a force of cavalry ready to move into the underwater when needed. And I think here we'll continue recruiting the cavalry because they're quite good. Now we are going to need to bulk up golem range as much as possible. So I think we're going to keep recruiting spear warriors here because they are quite capable at fighting on land. We may leave one of our flame arrow casters, or a mage that is capable of casting flame arrows, which may be Badawi. He is also casting wing guide as well, as far as I know. So I think what we'll do is we'll have Badawi stay in golem range and act as sort of our heroic bastion to hold off the Medians whilst Sulv continues his conquests and tries to secure the water realm. The rest of the commanders, let's see. We don't have that much gold left. Our income was hit by about 500 gold a turn from that death scale event. As you can see, our lands are now only on 2 growth, which is rather... It was 3 because of the thrones we've captured. But, never mind. Oh, is this a silver sarcophagus? Yeah. Okay, well that was our fault. I don't know if that's actually from that event, but or from that particular event. We'll see. So the Clockwork Smiths, they're mostly researching now, which I don't really want them to do, but I did totally forget to go over the Clockwork Smiths in the last episode. But I can't really think of anything I want them to do. I do need to hand out a few of these lightless lanterns, mind you, so we'll do that. Although our research is so far advanced, I'm not sure if this is going to make too much of a difference. In fact, I'm going to... Our unrest is very low here, so I'm going to add another blood hunter here. There's no reason not to. Let's add him to blood hunt. Right. So we're trying to draw as many of our forces as we can to a central location to conquer these last few thrones. Okay. Oh yeah, and also Whispering Winds. Yeah. Cast tech controls, engagement from their live manager, blah blah. Ah, okay. Right, so it's a gem producing air enchantment. Huh. Interesting. Okay. That must be from Magic Enhanced. I don't believe that spells in the base game. Well, that's an interesting one. I don't think Air Magic had any access to gem generation. Although Air Magic was quite powerful anyway, so I'm not sure if that's... Not sure if I would recommend giving Air Mages a gem generating spell, but it sounds like they actually have to search the province to benefit from this. But they do get magical research bonus. So, yeah, maybe a bit too powerful, but that's only because I find Air Magic to be quite strong, just in general. It has been quite a quick turn, although we are coming to the... I'm fairly sure I don't have anything else I really want to do with this turn. I'm just taking a quick look around the map to make sure I haven't missed anything. I don't believe so. So, I'm just going to quickly go over our gem income, because we're going to need to try and utilise as much of it as we can for the invasion. So we're making 25 fire gems a month. Only 2 air gems, but we don't really have any air mages, aside from Badawi, and he's just using it primarily to cast Wind Guide. So, 9 water gems, which is quite good, and we also have that event that fires off to give us another 3 or so. 19 earth gems, 13 astral pearls, and we have a lot of them, but I don't really have any uses for them because we don't have any strong astral mages. I may convert some of these astral pearls into other pearls as we need them. We're getting 17 death gems, which we are now capable of using in quite large quantities. 11 H gems, which are mostly being used to forge supply items, which we also need quite a lot of. And as many blood slaves as we want, of which we have 800. So, although we will be spending quite a lot of those blood slaves very soon to bind Archdevils and Heliophagi. Now, we will be able to get Heliophagi in 6 turns? 6 or 7 turns. And we will be summoning a few of those. But we'll see how fast we can push through the water to get to Underhome, because, to be honest, let's make sure we pick up these men before I actually forget to do that completely. Let's just combine what forces we have, because they are looking a bit ragtag now. Ergen can have a few more units. Narek can split these goblins up, put them there also. Right, these are the spear warriors. They can be mixed with Ergen. I think we may leave Ergen behind to guard the pass with Badawi. We'll see. But I think that he has quite a lot of unit command, so I think that's probably what we'll do. I may even leave him one of these forces of archers, because the archers aren't going to be very useful for conquering the seas. In fact, I'm going to swap that round. So we'll have Myrsinos can come underwater with us, but I think Ergen can take the archers for now. Right. Yeah, that seems okay. That will have to do anyway. We did take quite a large beating, and the Medians do have a lot of men. They still have, once they've rallied their forces, as I said, they do have quite a lot of soldiers, and ours are currently split between 2 armies. So what I'm probably going to do is leave most of the mages behind. Not the mages, most of the archers behind, because they're not going to be useful in conquering the seas. We'll leave them in Golem Range and in Ferrum Mountains. Now, Golem Range, as far as I'm aware, should be fully built up. It's not. Right. Well, that changes things slightly. Right, Salt No Ham's currently producing units. Golem Range, I want to produce these units. I think next turn we'll have to divert some of our income to building up Ferrum Mountains and Golem Range for a siege. I think we can expect a siege fairly soon, and we'll need to make sure we hold at least the Ferrum Mountains. We can lose Golem Range. I don't want to. It's a very good defensive province, but we may lose it. Not to be pessimistic or anything. So, on that note, I believe that's the turn. Right. Okay then. So that was early summer of year 7. Oh, the AI is thinking, how do we stop Chaff Commander Coffee from winning? They're going to have to try quite hard, but we'll see next episode. There's quite a few battles being resolved. Okay, so it's been me, Chaff Commander Coffee, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.